guys look fabulous. It looks like all the good-looking people are in the room. Is that right? That's what I thought. A huge hand of applause for our Ontario Real Estate Association Board for putting this on. Have you walked away with at least one nugget so far? Okay, so you were given a bag when you came into registration. I got a few more nuggets that you could put in your bag. All right, so let's get started. Let's put this into context. Mark Twain said it best. He said, there are two significant days in your life, two most important days in your life. The first is when you were born. The second is when you find out why. And I say that with the utmost passion because simply, when you discover what it is that you love to do, what you were born to do, that is a fire within you that cannot be distinguished. Yes? Extinguished, I should say. Yes? It's a passion. Just like with you in real estate. Chances are you've had a lot of transactions over your tenure in business, but you will always remember the first. Yes? Do you remember their faces? Do you remember how excited they were when they brought you into their home and said, we've moved in, look what we've done to the place? Is that a feeling of satisfaction that you want to do that over and over and over? This type of industry is intended to be relational. It is not intended to be transactional. If you are transactional mindset, you must always win on price. When you win relational, even if the transactions start to get a little rocky, they will be more forgiving because they've made that connection with you. Yes? So what I'm going to talk to you about today is video and how you can engage. When I mentioned about Mark Twain, I found my passion in technology. That's where I started. That's where my story began in early 2001. And what I discovered in technology, and by the way, there's very few women who lead speaking engagements about technology. And I believe there's tremendous opportunity. As you look around, we have a lot of powerful, successful women realtors. Are you in the room? So here's what I challenge each of you to take a nugget what you learned today. Be the leader in your office. Be the leader in your community. And share a nugget of what you learned here at the Emerge Conference. Share it with another inspired real estate professional. Teach her how to elevate her business because I believe we have strong women in this industry who deserve to be heard. Be that voice. So when I started in 2001 in technology, I discovered very simply that agents don't need another shiny gadget. They don't need another shiny tool or the latest app. They needed to know, how can I leverage the technology that I already have so that I can increase my per agent production, period. That's where I found my passion. What I do is I get the best and most out of agents and how they can leverage technology to be excellent so that their clients can talk about them long after the transaction is over. Like the consumer panel talked about. There are some instances where their real estate agent doesn't keep in touch with them anymore. I want to help you create an experience with technology that they will help you engage. But first, let's start with this. We got to get real about video. There's an evolution in real estate that's important that we talk about. Number one, in the 60s and 70s of real estate professionals had all of the data. And if consumers wanted to know what is the average price sale in my neighborhood, well, you had to go to an agent, didn't you? The agents had all the information. The internet was not even it was an idea, but it wasn't anything that they could use. They had to go to the real estate office and get that information in the 60s and 70s. And then the 80s and 90s, real estate agents were on a quest to discover who are they, to find their true identity in the 80s and 90s. That's where more 100% concept companies originated during that time. That's when you saw glamour shots. Was that a killer or what? Who still has a glamour shot on their business card? Do not raise your hand, right? Agents were on a quest to discover, who am I as an individual in this industry? And then on September 11th, 2001, overnight, we became an empathy-oriented industry where it mattered, where being a homeowner mattered, because that's where events are held, where baptisms, where children are born, where holidays are celebrated, where, so many milestones occur in a home, and it's very important. Consumers are looking for that real estate professional who truly cared about finding them a home. Yes, there's investors who just want property and they just want the exchange of, I just want to see the return on my investment. But there are people who sign up for your newsletters. These are people, not just an email address, who are truly looking to find that real estate professional who truly cares and has their best interest at heart. In addition, mobile intelligence is incredible. The consumer has access to data at their fingertips. How many of you have your phone in your hand right now? Raise your hand. I know, some of you are like, oh snap, she caught me, right? We are fused to technology. And our mobile devices are becoming so much more sophisticated. In fact, different carriers are fighting for your attention by improving the quality of the camera. Who uses these to make a call anymore? Some of the new people are like, you can make calls with these, right? Mobile intelligence is incredible, and data is easily accessible in the palm of your consumer's hands. So what we're doing is we're trying to fight for their attention. We want them to come to us, to trust us. And quite honestly, our conversation today about video is significant because our consumers are forming their decisions based on what they see. We're a very distrusting community, culture, right? We've evolved to be very distrusting. Video can help prove that you are in fact authentic, that you care, that you are truly the person you say you are. See, most bios will have quotes of testimonials, right? But how do we truly know that that's what somebody said about you? That's where video is very powerful. And when you have video, it will help you engage with the consumer because understand this, they want to get to know you before they get to know you. Many agents, though, are apprehensive of using, of having their video put out there. Now, we're talking about video, not to market your home. In this session, we're talking about video that you can use to engage with a potential prospect, to help you nurture relationships that you have, leveraging the device in the palm of your hands. I'm going to share with you some stats. This is like eating steak for breakfast. So I'm going to give you a lot of big numbers. Here's what I want you to do. Just be present. Don't write it down. Don't take snapshots of the screen because you're going to be able to get all the screenshots. You're going to get the entire slide deck. Is that fair? So just be present. Let's talk about some of these stats. So 4 times as many consumers would rather watch a video. Now, my son, who had to tie a necktie because he is a senior in high school and he plays baseball, every Friday he has to tie his tie, right? Happened to be that my husband was out of town, so I told Michael, I got nothing for you, bud. I don't know how to tie a tie. And I said, why don't you go on YouTube? So he went on YouTube, and within 4 minutes, he was able to tie a tie. Could he have read the instructions on how to do it? Of course he could have. Was he going to? Absolutely not. Your consumers would rather watch a video. Now, display ads versus online videos. Display ads are still very important, but online videos gives the consumer an opportunity to experience you. They want to be able to feel. They want to be able to understand you, and video can help reveal that. This is staggering. More than 7 billion videos are watched on Facebook and YouTube daily. Is anybody working anymore? Because that's an awful lot of videos, isn't it? In addition, 9 out of 10 consumers watch at least 1 video per week. At least that's the assumption. Because they're seeing ads about their products and things that they invest in. So they're constantly watching videos. What's interesting too is 63% of companies know how to reach their customers. In fact, when you think about the top 100 brands, they're creating video experiences that are not so staged. They want to use real people. Why? because it resonates with the consumers who are watching it. So it's important to understand how significant video is. Here's another one. 53% of consumers expect to see videos on your website. So if you currently do not have video on your website, it's time to now start dipping your toes in the water. But this is a tremendous opportunity to help you be successful. Video is powerful. You know, it's going to engage your consumer. When they receive an email from you, when you include the word video in the subject line, they're more apt to open it up. 84% of consumers say they've liked a company video that appeared in their news feed. So when you're posting a video and you're sharing it from your business page, the opportunity is tremendous for a consumer to like it. And when they share it, who's going to see it? Right? People that you would never be exposed to. So video is very important. More than half, so 56% of consumers have watched a company video that they received via email. So we know video is incredibly powerful. Nearly half of the consumers have shared the company video. Significant to leverage video. And then 43% of consumers are more likely to read newsletters that include video in them. So how many of you send out a newsletter? So there's an opportunity to now incorporate video in your newsletter, because not only do you want people to receive it via email, you want them to engage with it, to click on it and be able to see if they're opening up the video. Some of you might be thinking, well, how long does a video really need to be? You know, 60 seconds or less is perfect. It doesn't have to be very long, just a small little snippet, because don't we have attention spans that are very, very short and getting shorter every day, right? So look up on the screen. Real estate is sexy. There are more shows popping up about real estate. And what's significant to know is the people that are in these shows are just like you and I. Real people searching for homes, and they're working with a real estate professional, and they're in these situations where they're asking their agent, I don't even know if we can afford a home. But they actually can. And they're real people, which inspires the consumers to say, you know what, if they can do it, we can do it. You mean to tell me we can buy a rental property and actually make income on this property? And I'm just an average Joe. Yes, you can. It's powerful. So these shows, we can't consume enough. Consumers love to see these videos. They love to watch these TV shows from their mobile devices, from their laptops, their tablets. They record these. I know they record them because my husband loves to, watch these shows. I don't think you can see this because of the lighting in the room, but this is actually a picture of my living room. And my husband, because he's retired, he decided, I've seen fix or flip. I can start knocking down some walls. I could totally do this on my own. I've seen it many times on television. So in this picture, you see my husband on a recliner, and they're studs. I don't mean the guys sitting on the lawn furniture. I'm talking about there's actual studs exposed. So consumers believe that they can do, they can DIY like we heard in the early part of our day. So my husband's renovating our home as a result because they listen. Now there's a lot of technologies that you can leverage to help you with video. First of all, your phone is a powerful tool. Your phone has the capability of creating video in HD quality right from the palm of your hand. So you don't have to worry about lugging big cameras or expensive lighting. You don't have to worry about that. You can create beautiful experiences from your mobile device, and that's what the conversation is about today. In addition, life is content. When you're experiencing something, to pick up the phone and capture the moment is powerful as you're in the moment. You can record and you can upload to social platforms, which we're going to talk about more in depth in my breakout session today. And authenticity wins. You know that oftentimes agents are fearful about creating video because the quality might not be that great, or if they stutter in their words, or if it's just not perfect, right? They're going to shy away from actually creating a moment and sharing it with their audience. And guys, that's a missed opportunity. When you're in the moment and you're authentic, if you say a couple ums, it's completely okay. So it's important to leverage. Now we're going to have lots of different platforms that we're going to dive in. It's going to be a very fast-paced breakout session this afternoon. We're going to talk about tips that you can leverage on your mobile device to take great video. We're going to talk about WhatsApp, Facebook Live is fantastic. There's also Periscope, YouTube, Snapchat, and don't forget Instagram. These are great free platforms that you can leverage so that you can engage with the consumer. Now I get it. You guys have heard you saw the stats. You know it's important. You heard from the consumers how essential it is to have a connection. But yet we still have agents who are fearful about video. Let me ask you a question. We're in a comfortable group here. How many of you, by raising of your hands, how many of you hate how you look on video? Raise your hand, nice and high. So you know that's how you look all the time, right? Yeah, and it's completely okay. People love you. People love you. And if you are not taking advantage of video because you believe that you don't like how you look, I gotta tell you, you're missing it. You are missing it. Imagine this scenario. A consumer signs up on your website and they want information about a home in a community. When you respond with a video that says, hey, it's Annette Anthony behind the technology. I'm a real person. Thanks for signing up on my website. If you have questions, let me know. Now, was that too salesy? It's authentic. So video can help you engage with that potential customer. Now, I'm going to give you lots of nuggets in my session. We're going to dive into each of those platforms, so there's several. You're going to walk away learning stats and applications to your business. We're also going to talk about how you can, some great ways that you can shoot video. Because different platforms depends on how you're going to shoot your video, the way that you're going to hold your camera, okay? I'm also going to give you ways that you can, step away from the fear and come into the opportunity of using video. I want to help you stop being fearful. Now, I got to tell you, this is my third Emerge event, and every Emerge event, I have had agents send me a video of them talking about what they learned, and they had never done video before. So if they can break free, I can assure you, you can too. I'm going to give you content ideas, because people say, okay, video, I gotcha, but I need ideas on what I can say. I want ideas so that I can provide more value to my audience. I'm going to give you those today. And then finally, it's about marketing your video. Now, shamelessly, I got a $50 gift card to Tim Hortons. And I know that the Canadians they love their Tim Hortons, right? Is $50 worth? Is that enough for a couple days? Yeah? So shamelessly, in my breakout session, we're going to do a special drawing and give you an opportunity to enter into the drawing so that you can win a $50 gift card from Tim Hortons on behalf of Exit. But the real win in the breakout session is helping you emerge from your fears and leverage technology in your business, because you deserve more agent productivity. Yes? All right, let's introduce our next speaker. Thank you, everyone.